was a dark and stormy night on the 25th of Evening Star in Skyrim. The wind howled outside, and the rain beat against the windows in Tamriel. Inside the bannered mare, Ultra Instinct Shaggy and Ica, the legendary Super Saiyan, were sitting in a room upstairs, talking. "So," Shaggy said, "what's the plan?" "The plan is simple," Ica said. "We're going to take over the world." "And then what?" Shaggy asked. "And then we're going to save Tamriel from evil and direct them into our cleansing light," Ica said. "Sounds like a good plan to me. And after we defeat the villains, we'll bang, okay?" Shaggy said, referring to how Commander Shepard from Mass Effect spoke during his gamer poop lines. Ica then said in response, "Okay?" Ultra Instinct Shaggy and Ica, the legendary Super Saiyan, brought their attention to the universe. They attempted to defeat the villains of the universe that they live in. Ultra Instinct Shaggy and Ica. The legendary Super Saiyan collected data on the villains, on their supercomputers that they had locked in their security vault in their basement, that had been inhabited by a crazed mouse that had killed the owner and a cat named Tom. Which that mouse was an evil copy of a mouse named Jerry. It was revealed that the evil copy of Jerry attempted to frame Jerry by planting false evidence in the basement after the cops went into the basement. But luckily the cops knew Jerry was innocent. They ended up taking the evil copy of Jerry to a maximum security prison, where he was never let out. And as for the villains that both Shaggy and Ica needed to collect data on, their names are Villain Number 1, Oboro, from Taimanin Asagi Crimes. Did some unspeakable things to a woman by the name of Asagi Igawa, and her boyfriend named Sawaki Kyusuke. But luckily, Asagi is in hiding with a group known as the Anti-Lolicon Bunch that has since took her in as a sworn member and ally. Villain Number 2, Reika Kitami from Bible Black Crimes, attempted to convert the Bible Black Academy into a cult witch coven, and attempted to ruin a student's life by the name of Taki Minase, leading Taki to be stricken with PTSD and lose friends in the way. He has been fighting for someone to help him, and has also been trying to find a way to dispose of Reika and her coven, but to no avail. Villain Number 3, Masaya Kimura from A Horrid Game. I cannot say out loud, Crimes. Attempted to hurt 3 females in a subway station in Japan, but they ended up fighting him off and got him in jail. But somehow he got released due to him and some corrupt police officers being allied with the Cosby District, which is a very nasty Speakonia group that put it lightly. Puts pills in everyone's drinks, as said by Blasphemous HD aka Young Child Support during an interview with the Anti-Lolicon Bunch by the Bayona Empire. Both the Bayona Empire and the Anti-Lolicon Bunch have since become good friends and allies with each other, and their relationship has since gained even stronger. And Villain Number 4, LT Vixen from Squirrel and Hedgehog. Crimes. Attempted to seduce Jumsegi, Juldarami, and Bomsegi, causing them to be traumatized and their lives to be ruined with false accusations against them, causing Jumsegi, Juldarami, and Bomsegi to flee North Korea, to become North Korean defectors in the process, which Jumsegi and Juldarami have become close friends with, not important from hatred, after he and another fellow by the name of Kiryu Kazuma saved both Geumsegi and Juldarami from that North Korean base that almost killed Not Important. Geumsegi and Juldarami, after Not Important, tried to sacrifice himself after the power plant got destroyed by Not Important's hands. But luckily Kiryu Kazuma found them all, and he took them in. And this led Bomsegi to be informed by Kiryu's good deed, and afterwards, Bomsegi joined forces with Not Important, Kiryu Kazuma, Geumsegi, and Juldarami. After Shaggy and Ica reviewed and collected the data of the main suspects like a third-party site after you accept their terms and services, but of course, with good intentions. They were both mortified at what these suspects did. But first, Shaggy and Ica decided to recruit some followers and some allies that could accompany them on their journey. Both of them had 4 people in mind: the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante. The Dragonborn had successfully saved the world from Alduin the World Eater, Lord Harkon, Mirak, the first Dragonborn, and most important of all, Dagon the Dark, who tried to take over the world by submerging it in a cloud of darkness and corrupting the people of Tamriel, but failed in the end due to the effects of the Dragonborn. With the Dragonborn being a national hero of Tamriel, Umbra is an attractive Bosmer woman who lived in an isolated ruin near the Imperial City, but has since moved to Skyrim to escape the wrath of Pell's Gate, which the villagers of Pell's Gate found out where Umbra lived in the alien ruin of Vindasal. She ended up killing the villagers out of regret because she didn't know what to do. They were after her for something, but she didn't know what. Later she realized that the people of Pell's Gate were corrupted by Dagon the Dark. Edgeboy is a male warrior that lives in a massive mansion that's located in solitude with his harem angel and demon women by his side. Although he may look evil with his black metal type face paint, he is a very good guy at heart. He deeply cares about people. Even when they have hard times in life, he even cared for someone that was having thoughts about themselves, and he helped them recover in the end. As for the Blood Knight Dante, he is a 7-foot-tall undead male king that lives in a Daedric mansion that is located in Broken Fang Cave near Whiterun that's filled with vampires and Dremora. Shaggy and Ika set out on their quest to stop these villains that have been terrorizing the world. After tipping the bartender Hulda the money for their drinks, they walked outside, and what they saw was weird as hell. Instead of the Whiterun guards, it was guards with their armor being full on black and blue, with the logo on their shields being the Bible black logo in the middle with a circle as the shield base. Both Ika and Shaggy were horrified that the Bible black Stormcloaks were making their entry into Whiterun, with the leader being Reika Kitami, the woman behind the chaos. Suddenly, Nick from Left 4 Dead showed up and he said to the Bible black Stormcloaks about Reika, "Scrawny little bitch, I'm gonna kill." And he started singing a song about Reika that went a little something like this. Reika Kitami is a bitch. She's a big fat bitch. The darkest sorceress. Her desires make a switch. In the halls of Bible Black, her powers intertwined. She's a bitch to all, with dark secrets in her mind. Have you ever met Reika Kitami? She's the wicked bitch with desires untamed. She's a master of spells and she craves the thrill. She's a bitch, 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 bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch. Her twisted ways. A tale to bewitch. Reika Kitami. Oh, she's such a bitch. And in the world of Bible Black, she's a mystery we'll stitch. From Monday to Sunday, her darkness takes a hold. A super king Kamehameha. Her powers bold. She's got that wicked touch. Her hair wild and free. Reika Kitami. A bitch you don't want to see. Have you ever met Reika Kitami? She's the wicked bitch with desires untamed. She's a master of spells and she craves the thrill. She's a bitch, 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 bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch. Her twisted ways. A tale to bewitch. Reika Kitami. Oh, she's such a bitch. And in the world of Bible Black, she's a mystery we'll stitch. I really mean it. Reika Kitami is a bitch. Dark powers in a twist. Big ol' fat fucking bitch. Reika Kitami. Yeah. After that song that was sung by Nick, the Bible Black Stormcloaks got Nick's attention, and they all chased after him while Arrow in the Knee by Johnny Medler started playing as they were dancing and chasing him in a loop, and they were all singing towards Nick. I used to be an adventurer like you, then I took an arrow in the knee. An arrow in the knee! An arrow in the knee! We've all taken arrows in the knee! One of the Bible Black Stormcloaks even said, so very painful. But luckily Shaggy and Ika grabbed the Bible Black Stormcloaks by the throats and put them through one of the blacksmith smelters that burnt ash and coal. Super-powered style. Specifically Codlac Whitemane smelter called the Skyforge, after they were done eliminating the Bible Black Stormcloaks. It was about time to confront Reika Kitami for her actions in Whiterun. Shaggy and Ika marched towards the front gate of Whiterun as they were blasting powerful Kai blasts towards the rest of the Bible Black Stormcloaks, as they both powered up and charged towards Reika Kitami. When they got up to Reika Kitami's face, Shaggy said, people like you shouldn't walk the streets of Tamriel. You have caused an innocent student's life to be in shambles, and he lost friends because of your false lies. You also brainwashed multiple people to join your witch coven cult, and he is Johnny Depp, and you are Amber Heard of the Bible Black universe. Reika Katami then told a BS excuse by saying that he was the one that started it and made some more false allegations against him. This is when Ika snapped, and she then grabbed Reika by the neck and started strangling her like Homer Simpson does to Bart Simpson. Reika almost escaped, but Shaggy blew a key blast through Reika's chest, causing her black heart to fall out of her chest. And this caused Shaggy to say, "We'll make you the object of our cleansing light," after Reika Katami got killed by Shaggy and Ika. Nick from Left 4 Dead heard the commotion, and he decided to check what was going on. Nick saw the Bible Black Stormcloaks and Reika's corpses. He personally thanked both Shaggy and Ika and gave his token of appreciation. Nick then headed out in a portal to another game world to take a vacation next. The world that he went into was very surprising. It was none other than Koei Tecmo's Dead or Alive series. After Nick left the world of Skyrim, Ika and Shaggy decided to head out to find the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante. After a bunch of mishaps, misunderstandings, and attacks from local supporters of the Bible Black Stormcloaks, they finally found the recruits that they needed to fight the villains. Ika and Shaggy found the 4 recruits in a local Skyrim strip club, which was weird for them to be there. As they entered the strip club, the song "Throat Full of Glass" by Combi Chris played on the loudspeakers of the strip club. As soon as Shaggy and Ika heard the song, which was badass BTW, they knew that the patrons, employees, and strippers were going to turn into demonic creatures, as seen in DMC Reboot starring the anti-Lolicon bunch's friend Dante, the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight. Dante noticed Shaggy and Ika and asked them what they were doing here. Both Shaggy and Ika said to them that it's an urgent matter and they needed their help. The Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante accepted their request, and they all went outside the strip club because as soon as they heard people screaming and screeching, they saw some demons at the strip club attacking and killing people in the strip club. And the strip club exploded with the demons dying in the process. Ika then said, "I wonder who exploded the strip club that had the demons in it." Edgeboy then responded by saying that he had some explosive pipe bombs in his sack, and Ika got confused. She then said to Edgeboy, "Wait, what do you mean by your sack?" Edgeboy then responded by saying, "Fuck no. If I did that, then I would be arrested for public nudity and possibly be fined with something serious. What did you think I said?" Edgeboy then said, "I got these pipe bombs that I made in my spare time in my sack that I got for Christmas 1 year by one of my harem girls." Ika and Shaggy said to Edgeboy, "Ah, okay. Now we see what you're talking about." Umbra said that Edgeboy has sort of a temper problem, but he can manage it a bit. "Also, even though we just met you, we heard about your successful plot to kill Reika Katami from Bible Black. And about Reika?" Ika and Shaggy said, "What about Reika?" The Blood Knight Dante then revealed something shocking that made both Shaggy and Ika terrified and was quite funny to hear for some reason. The Blood Knight Dante revealed that he received word back in 2011-2012 from the Navy SEALs that apparently the late terrorist leader, Osama bin Laden, apparently had an affair with Reika and literally cheated on his wife with Reika because he became too obsessed with Reika and the Bible Black Academy. Dude even had an episode of Bible Black on his hard drive. And after one of bin Laden's wives left him, after Reika was sleeping with bin Laden behind their backs, the Blood Knight Dante actually thanked both Ika and Shaggy for killing Reika, because filth like her doesn't belong in this world. The reason as to why the Blood Knight Dante knew about this whole debacle is because he had some buddies that were in the Navy SEALs. And apparently they caught wind that the CIA found that Bible Black episode on bin Laden's hard drive, which shocked both the CIA and the Navy SEALs. After the Blood Knight Dante revealed everything, suddenly, Ika and Shaggy burst out in laughter. Edgeboy then responded at Ika and Shaggy, "Guys, why are you two laughing about this?" Ika and Shaggy responded in the middle of laughing by saying, "The fact that bin Laden literally slept with Reika is funny as hell. And the fact that he was so obsessed over Reika and the Bible Black Academy is even worse, but funny." Shaggy and Ika also were laughing so hard that their laughter shook the ground. And Edgeboy then yelled to Ika and Shaggy, "Jesus Christ! Ika and Shaggy, look out!" After Edgeboy said that, Ika and Shaggy got knocked upwards into the air by someone, which turned out to be none other than Oboro, from Taiman and Asagi. Oboro then tried to force Edgeboy to come here, but Edgeboy said to Oboro as he powered up to his ultimate form being a black metal vocalist, "Nobody fucks with this Edgeboy!" Edgeboy then punched Oboro so hard that her head exploded with chunks of flesh and bone from her head flew out like a Doom Kakodaman that got killed by Doomslayer, causing Oboro's body to fly into the air and go into a wastebasket. Edgeboy and the others in the group then heard someone saying, "They found your ass the other day in the wastepaper basket." After that whole thing happened, Ika and Shaggy woke up. The Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante noticed that both of them woke up. They said that they need to get out of here before more of the villains come here to the strip club to cause chaos. All of them escaped, and they went to an arcade where they played Dance Dance Revolution, which after they got off the Dance Dance Revolution mat, Ika, Shaggy, the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante thought they noticed someone with no legs attempting to walk onto the mat with their hands like a Fresno nightcrawler would do on the streets of Fresno, California at night when no one is watching. After that, the person with no legs got tired on the DDR mat and stepped off it to go somewhere to grab something while walking on the arcade floor with their hands pitter-pattering on the hard floor each time they took a step on the floor with their hands as they walked. After that weird thing happened, the lights went out in the arcade. Ika, Shaggy, the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante were scared for a moment, but they contained their composure. Suddenly the lights turned back on. LT Vixen and Messiah Kimura walked into the arcade, with looks on their faces that cannot be explained for reasons Ika and Shaggy cannot say, due to what LT Vixen and Messiah Kimura do in the privacy of their bedroom, as stated by none other than Pastor Martin Sempa, the infamous pastor of Uganda known for his rants on his beliefs on people. LT Vixen and Messiah Kimura then started doing a dance while tiptoeing towards us Umbra and the Dragonborn, then decided it would be a good idea to unleash their weapons to battle both LT Vixen and Messiah Kimura. Before both LT Vixen and Messiah Kimura could attack both Umbra and the Dragonborn. Umbra and the Dragonborn slashed and cut their way into LT Vixen and Messiah Kimura, causing them to fall dead to the ground, which was surprising to say the least. After that, the person with no legs came back holding a camera to take pictures of the main heroes of the arcade that saved the day. The person with no legs introduced themselves was indeed a Fresno nightcrawler named Akio, which he was a Fresno nightcrawler that lived in Japan for a while. He heard all about Messiah Kimura's vicious crimes, which disgusted him, as it turns out. Akio had connections with a military unit that specializes in taking down vicious offenders worldwide. This caused Ika, Shaggy, the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante to snap back to reality, as what Eminem said in his song, "Lose Yourself." Akio revealed that he's secretly connected with the anti-Lolicon bunch, which shocked Ika, Shaggy, the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante. They were happy to know that Akio is on their side. Akio then asked if all of them wanted to spend time with the anti-Lolicon bunch as a celebration for taking down the villains. Ika, Shaggy, the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight. Dante said yes. Akio then transported them to the anti-Lolicon bunch's hideout, which is in a secret contraption of the Big Apple in New York. After they entered the hideout, every anti-Lolicon bunch member greeted the newfound heroes with grace and compassion. Even 3 of the members named Asagi Agawa, Sakura Agawa, and Hell Knight Ingrid greeted them and personally thanked them for taking down the villains of the Cosby District, especially the fact that Asagi's arch-nemesis Oboro got taken out by Edgeboy. The last thing they needed to do before they host the party is they needed put a hit on Bill Cosby. The main leader of the Cosby District, John Wick, Doomslayer, and the Punisher actually had previous experience with Cosby before, so they know how to handle him. They proceeded to head out to find Cosby and take him to jail, which they successfully did a couple minutes later, after John Wick, Doomslayer, and the Punisher returned with Cosby in handcuffs. Everyone in the anti-Lolicon bunch were extremely pissed at Cosby for what he did to his victims all those years ago and ruining the cartoons that he made for people. But you gotta learn to separate art from artist. That's the main thing you have to do. The anti-Lolicon bunch then brought out one of their very good friends and allies, which is Dante from the DMC reboot, and he held a gun to Cosby's head and asked for a ransom of millions of dollars to pay to his victims, in reference to when Dante held a gun to Lilith's head to anger and enrage Mundus. Cosby tried to get away, but John Wick, Doomslayer, the Punisher, and even Yuki Kazi were holding him down. Dante looked at Cosby in the eye and said, "If you don't pay your victims millions of dollars, me and the anti-Lolicon bunch will hunt down the people that still support you and say that you didn't do it, when in reality you did do it. You got it?" Bill Cosby then pleaded with his life once more, causing Dante to say, "Your family won't miss you," and he then snapped and transformed to his devil trigger. This led to Dante gunning down Cosby as revenge for his victims that he hurt in the past, which made everyone happy that the monster that hurt millions of people was gone at the hands of Dante. Not important in Postal Dude then. Threw Cosby's body out the window like a crash test dummy used in those car crash simulations. Postal Dude then said, "Another one bites the dust," in his monotone voice. Not important said in reply to Postal Dude, "Yeah, glad to clean the streets of filth like Cosby. He didn't deserve a natural death." After Not Important, Postal Dude, and Dante took care of Cosby. The anti-Lolicon bunch had a long night of partying, playing such classics as Celebration by Kool and the Gang, and even Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO played at the party, which was really cool to see everyone dancing at the party. We even saw Charms hanging out with Abraham Folks, BSL Reaction Asylum, Blast Famous HD, and even Billy Bob Tanley, with Billy Bob Tanley hanging out with a group of Japanese women by his side. Ironically enough, Billy Bob Tanley stated numerous times that he loves Japanese women. I honestly don't blame him. After the party was over, everyone went back to their separate places and universes, including Shaggy, Ika, the Dragonborn, Umbra, Edgeboy, and the Blood Knight Dante. They all became friends in the end and have since became close after the wild and crazy adventure that they all had. Opportunities don't happen, you create them.